Why does the Facebook ROAS drop when you try to scale? Simple infographic over here. So, with a big circle over here, which represents the daily impressions you have on Facebook ads. It's only a limited amount. The bigger circle means that the more people they are. But if you spend more, over here is ad 1. Ad 1 is this circle over here. The more you spend, the bigger this circle gets. The bigger the circle gets, the more people we target. Okay, so think of it. Each ad has a spend limit in a way. Let's say at 2K per day spend, I can get 2x ROAS. But if I scale more, 5K per day spend, it's 1.1x ROAS. Right? Why? As we go wider, target these daily impressions, it becomes from colder to hotter eventually. Right? So certain ads are only appeal to a small audience, which means if you had a ad that has lower spend, but then a good CPA, you're wondering why it can't scale. This is why. Let's say now you create ad 2. Ad 2 here, the circle is smaller, which means that the green circle here represents at what scaling point until you can reach the CPA or your ROAS. The red one means after you scale past a certain spend, it goes undesirable CPA or ROAS. If you create another ad that isn't as good, it doesn't appeal to these warmer audiences over here, it's gonna get less spend at the CPA. So if you want to really improve or be able to scale past your current spend, you need to create an ad that can get more spend at the CPA you want, which will be, let's say you create ad 3 over here. Of course, it's a bigger green circle, which means that you can spend more on it at the desired target. Some people will say, hey, my scaling strategy is the reason why I can scale past my spend. So what does it look like? Okay, let's say if you wanted to duplicate your campaign or ads, so what does that look like? Why is it actually bad? Let's say you duplicate campaign. This is what it looks like. It's a similar ad, right? The problem is overlap happens. What is overlap in the first place? Let's say if you duplicate the ad, it's not going to act as a separate ad to target a different audience within your TAM. It's going to be the same audience, which means that although it might give you, people say, target audiences that you might not have reached, it also will overlap with who you're already targeting in the main ad. So it looks like this. You kind of overlap. Yes, you reach a certain part where you didn't target originally, potentially, but you also make the original ad more expensive because you guys are both bidding the same amount for it as well. Doesn't make too much sense. So now, okay, horizontal scaling like that doesn't work. Okay, vertical scaling, you can scale that because you don't have this desired number. Of course, there are many different weird strategies people would tell you. Okay, you can try self-scaling, but at a low spend as well, you don't really have the data to do it because it all depends on data. And if you touch things too many times, you try to self-scale at $100 per day budget, you don't get enough purchases in, Facebook can optimize, and then it'll go haywire. So each ad is capped by a spend limit. So in order to scale further then, you need to find an ad that can take up bigger impressions at the desired KPI you want. So the green circle will increase. So okay, what can you actually do to increase that? So of course, if you get a better creative that can take more spend at KPI, you'll be scaling. Circle becomes bigger at green. Very straightforward. So people say, oh, what if I do small retargeting campaigns and stuff? While you can, the issue is they're so small, like it's not really incremental. If you get like small, super small like ads like this that can maybe work at super small scale, maybe they help a little bit, yeah. But like relative to what you're already spending, it's not really incremental. Whereas if you get a much bigger winner, you hit a winner, let's say you've already like doubled your spend based on this one winner. Hit a winner every month, maybe you can double your spend every month. Straightforward. Another one besides just the creatives is better offer in LP. Of course, conversion rates not only depend on just the ad itself, but also what is on the landing page, right? So let's say you have a better offer, same thing. You hit a winning ad, same thing as well. Winning ads, winning landing pages. You can also increase this size now. Let's say the winning offer on the back end, you just increase the size of your green circle and you can scale further. Straightforward as well. Then last two things, of course, better supply chain and better LTV. If you have a better supply chain, this red area, maybe 1.1x ROAS, maybe you're profitable there. This whole area becomes green now. Scale. Or LTV as well. If you're at 1.1x ROAS, but then you're profitable after like 2 months, reduce your LTV to MRR, okay, this whole area becomes green now. Pretty much you've taken more spend at the KPI you want already at the same profit level. So if you want to learn how to make winning ads and winning landing pages, I just made a video about that you can watch over here.